Hello students, today we will discuss about the functions of the blood. Functions of the blood. The first and foremost function of the blood is the transportation. Blood helps in the transportation of nutrients, gases like O2 and carbon dioxide, helps in the transportation of hormones, helps in the transportation of various waste products. So there can be so many functions of transportation. Second important function of the heart is in the regulation of the body temperature. In the regulation of body temperature. So blood helps to maintain our body temperature. Third is the helps in defense or protects the body, or it has a defensive function. This defensive function is imparted by the WBC, which we will discuss. Now, after the functions of the blood, the next thing we'll discuss is the components of the blood. As I've already told you, blood is a vascular connective tissue and it consists of the two parts. So, blood has been divided into two parts. It is the plasma and the corpuscles. Corpuscles, or you can also say cell at this level. This plasma is the matrix of the blood. It forms the matrix of the blood. Okay. And plasma comprises of about 55% of the blood, whereas corpuscles comprises of 45% of the blood. These corpuscles can be RBCs, or it can be WBC, or it can be platelet. Okay. This we'll discuss in detail one by one. First, let us discuss plasma. Now, coming on to the plasma, coming on to the composition of plasma. Composition of plasma. About 90 to 95% of plasma comprises of water, and remaining 5 to 10% is solid. This solid can be either organic solid or it can be inorganic solid. It can be either organic solid or it can be inorganic solid. The organic portion consists of the protein, which can be either albumin, globulin, and fibrinogen. Okay. The next organic component is carbohydrate. It can be either fats in form of phospholipids and lipids, cholesterol. This is the organic composition of plasma. The inorganic composition may involve like sodium, it can involve calcium, it includes magnesium, it includes sodium, etc. Okay, this is all about the plasma portion of the blood. Now we'll discuss the corpuscle portion of the blood. Corpuscles. As I've already told you earlier, the corpuscles include the RBCs, WBCs and the platelets. Firstly, we'll discuss about the RBCs. RBC, also known as the red blood corpuscles. Okay, these, due to the presence of the red color, the RBCs are also called as the erythrocytes. And why they are called as erythrocytes? Because erythro means red in color. Okay. Now coming on to the count of RBCs in males. Now coming on to the general count of the RBC are around 4.5 to 5.5 million of RBCs are present in per cubic millimeter of blood. Okay, 4.5 to 5.5 million cubic millimeter of blood. May 4.5 to 5.5 million RBCs are present. Now the count varies from male to female. The count in male is always greater than in females. In males, the count is around 5 million per cubic millimeter of blood, and in females, it is around 4 to 4.5 million per cubic millimeter of blood. Okay. Now coming on to the shape of RBC. Shape of RBC. The shape of RBC is biconcave. Biconcave in shape. It is like this. Biconcave shape is like this. This helps in rapid diffusion of oxygen. This shape enables rapid diffusion of oxygen. Okay, and it increases the surface area. More the surface area, more is the exchange of oxygen. And it also helps in easy movement of RBC. Easy movement of RBC through thin capillaries. Through thin capillaries. Now, components of the RBC, or what does RBC consist of? So, RBC contains hemoglobin. RBC contains hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is responsible for the transport of oxygen. It transports oxygen. One molecule of hemoglobin can carry 4 molecules of oxygen. Okay. Now, this hemoglobin is a conjugated protein. It is a conjugated protein. Okay. It is a conjugated protein and it consists of heme plus globin. Okay. What is this globin? This globin is the protein part and this heme is the iron containing. It is the iron containing pigment. The pigment which is present in heme is the porphyrin pigment. Okay. And iron is present in Fe+2 form, that is the ferrous form. This heme is the iron containing pigment. Iron is present in Fe+2 form. This pigment is the porphyrin pigment and the globin present is protein in nature. It consists of 4 polypeptide chain. Out of which 2 are alpha and 2 are beta. Now, after this, we'll discuss about the life cycle of RBC. RBC continues to live for about 120 days. Life cycle of RBC. RBC survives for about 120 days, and after 120 days, it enters into the reticuloendothelial system, which comprises of the liver and the spleen, and here it is disintegrated, and the disintegration results in heme separates, the globin part separates, and the iron part separates. Okay, the globin part and the iron part is reused for erythropoiesis or reused for synthesis of RBC. Okay, but this heme portion which remains, this is the porphyrin part. This porphyrin part breaks down into biliverdin and bilirubin. Okay, together they comprise of the bile pigments, and then they are finally excreted. Okay, coming on to the next corpuscle, that is WBC. WBC is referred to as white blood corpuscles, or also called as the leukocytes. Why they are called as leukocytes? Because they are colorless. These WBC have a major function in the defense of the body. They are also called as the soldiers of body. Okay. These WBCs are broadly classified into granulocytes and agranulocytes. What are granulocytes and what are agranulocytes? The WBCs which have granules in their cytoplasm are called as granulocytes. They have granules in their cytoplasm. And what are agranulocytes? Agranulocytes are the WBCs which do not have granules in their cytoplasm. Granules are absent. In the granulocytes, we'll study about three types of WBCs. They are neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils. In agranulocytes, there are two types of agranulocytes, monocytes and lymphocytes. Okay, we'll discuss each of them in brief. Now, before beginning the granulocytes and agranulocytes, let us discuss about the count of WBC. The count of WBC varies from 4,000 to 11,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. Okay, this is important. What is the count of WBC? Now, firstly, we'll discuss about the neutrophil. Neutrophil. Neutrophils comprises about 50 to 70% of WBCs. Okay, they are maximum in number. Maximum in number. If we draw the structure of neutrophil, the neutrophil is like this cell. It has multi-lobed nucleus. If I can draw like multi-lobed nucleus here, it has a multi-lobed nucleus like this, and cytoplasm has granules. These are the granules in the cytoplasm. This is neutrophil. Okay, the main function of the neutrophil is in phagocytosis. Main function is phagocytosis. Okay, second is basophils. They're called as basophils because the granules present in the cytoplasm take the basic stain. The basophils are about 1 to 2%. They are 1 to 2%. If I draw a diagram of basophils, the basophil is bilobed. It has a bilobed nucleus. It has a bilobed nucleus like this. They are not two nucleus, they are bilobed. And the cytoplasm. Okay, this is the cytoplasm. The main function of the basophil is it helps in the healing procedure. It helps in healing procedure. It is multilobed here. This is important, and this is bilobed. Now coming on to the third, that is eosinophils. Third is eosinophils. They are also called as the acidophils. Okay, they are acidophils. They take acidic staining, and they are around 2 to 4%. They are also bilobed. If I draw a diagram of eosinophils, they are also bilobed here. They are bilobed like this. This is the cytoplasm having granules. The main function of eosinophils is in their count increases in allergic reaction, and they helps to fight against the parasitic infection. Helps to fight in parasitic infection. Helps against parasitic infection. It is also bilobed. This is all about the granulocytes. In next class, we'll discuss about the agranulocyte type of WBC and the platelets. Thank you.